Welcome everybody. This is round 2 of Red Dot interviews for our weekly newsletter.
Oh.
And I'm here with Fred Kiesner. He is a regular Red Dot customer.
I've had some health problems, and my Indian doctor said you gotta lose some weight, you gotta get yourself in health. And I talked to somebody here, and I can't remember who it was. Maybe you could remember. It was a lady here in town. She said, "Oh, try out that new Red Dot down the street there. They're vegetarian. They have wonderful food." Da 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 da. So I thought, okay, I'll do it. And I went in there, and we actually found out the food was terrific, and it shocked me. Because I'm
Shocked you, huh?
I'm a steak guy, and vegetarian food. I thought, ugh, who's gonna eat vegetarian food? I wouldn't like that at all. They create some of the most wonderful tasting foods that are, they're you feel so good eating them because you know they're healthy for you, yet they taste wonderful. I've only had 2 steaks in the past 6 months.
Wow.
I keep asking them to make it for me, but they won't. So I taught business for 45 years and entrepreneurship, and I taught what these guys are. They're entrepreneurs. They're starting and creating a magnificent business. And I taught that for all the years. And the restaurant business is the toughest business there is to get into. Mm. Absolutely the highest failure rate of any business in the world. And I was looking around talking to these guys, and they were so doggone nice, and they gave us so much food. And I started talking to this fellow because he went to a university that was tied in with my university, so we had a little bit in common. And I had a great concern, and I believe what you're referring to there is I told you that first night, I think, I'm a little worried about you guys that you can make it up here because this is a bunch of rough individualists, rugged individualists, bunch of country boys, bunch of mountaineer men, and they like steak and potatoes, and I don't know if you can make it. I will publicly now apologize for ever saying that, simply because I was so wrong. And I see all sorts of folks in there. I see people from all walks of life. And a lot of people I know up here. It's fun to run into neighbors and old people I've known over the years. And it seems to me from what I'm seeing there, these people have been totally, totally, totally welcomed. And I eat my words. It's not as good as your vegetarian food.
Have you seen, you said you came because it started with basically for health concerns.
Mm-hmm.
Like you came because you wanted to start eating healthier. Has it had an impact on how you eat when you're not at the restaurant?
Well, can you focus on my gorgeous figure? I have lost 37 pounds since I started eating at this vegetarian place. Yeah. My Indian doctor is saying, "What did you do?" And I said, "I'm a vegetarian Indian now." He's very proud of me, and he's very happy, and he's even come up here to eat now. So he has, Dr. Desai. But how has it changed my eating habits? Very fascinating. I thought when I first started eating there, I thought, oh, God, I'll never be able to live on this. I'm a meat and potatoes guy, and that's what I've done all my life, and I've always been fat. How can I? So I've gotten where now I love your stuff. And you are the most creative chefs I've ever seen. You make stuff that's really fun. And you tell me what's in it, and I'm saying, oh, God, I'll hate that. Who would ever eat that stuff? And I eat it and say, wow, that's terrific. What you got in here? And then you tell me, and I say, oh, my God, I ate that? Holy man, how'd I eat that? All my life I've been fat. Mm-hmm. And I was down at the university the other day at an event where I used to work, and my old dean came up. He said, wow, you've lost a lot of weight. And I said, yeah, I started eating this vegetarian stuff, and, these guys are doing a wonderful job helping me out, and it's really working. And he said, yeah, but he said, how many times since I've known you? He was my dean for 30 years. And he said, how many times since I've known you have you gone down and then up and down and up? He said, you going to go down again or up again this time? Who knows? If I do, I think these guys will come chasing after me. And how are you going to punish me if I do?
With delicious vegetarian food.
Oh, okay, very good, very good. One of the things that's so grand about this group of people is, number one, I like their ideas, and I like that they all are so supportive, and they're all marvelously kind, wonderful people. They're people, when you meet them, you say, wow, that guy's neat. Wow, that lady's magnificent. Wow, they're nice people. And the funny thing is, whenever we've mentioned anything we needed, kaboom, there they are to help us. I mentioned one day, I said, I thought he maybe knew some computer stuff. I was having trouble with my computer, and he said, "Oh, I'm not so good at that, but we got a guy." And the cameraman here shows up at my house an hour later, and boom, 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 he's fixed everything. And I said, "How much do I owe you?" He said, "Nothing." I said, "Yeah, I owe you. You did good work for me." He said, "We do things out of love in this group, and they truly, you guys truly, truly do." And at first I thought, "Oh, that's little, yeah, huh?" But now I realize that's the way you guys are. They truly are trying to make the world better by giving out love through their food, love through helping in other ways. And the guy behind the camera, he fixed my computer so well. This group of people fascinates me. I've never run into people so dedicated to being good for the people around them.
Thank you.
I ran the newspaper up here way back in the 70s, and I've lived here 45 years, and I think this is the single best addition there's ever been to this community, as far as not just the restaurant, not just the food, not just the healthy stuff, but the people, and how I see them getting involved in the community and being willing to help other people and just doing marvelous things up here. That's unusual. This community, when we first moved here, was a lot of real tough old mountain men that didn't want to be in society and were hiding out and didn't want to, be, what's the term they use now? They want to be off the grid and nobody bother me and all that. And you guys have come in and somehow you've managed to get a lot of folks up here to really like you. I talk to people, I say, "Hey, you tried the red dye?" "Oh yeah, the red dye. Oh boy, that's terrific." Everybody I talk to, I've never heard people say anything negative, and they always say, "Isn't that quite the place? Wow, what neat people," and that sort of stuff. So.
You know what's funny? I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and they were saying that same like off the grid or in the corner of the grid thing, and I was saying, well, we're just trying to make the grid a little bigger.
Yeah.
You know?
And a little better food in the grid.
Yeah.
Yeah.